Hello everyone, thanks again for tuning in. Welcome to Stock Market Plan. In today's cast, I'm going to be going over again the SPY, S&P 500, and also going to be looking at the home builders. There's a real good story behind the home builders. As you know, most of you know that the home builders are a big part of the economy. I mean, to build one house, it takes well over 100 different companies. And that's a lot of employment. That's a lot of things that happen. A lot of moving parts that influence the economy largely. So I'm going to be looking at that prior to this phenomenon that we've been dealing with, this health crisis. Show you the good story of the home building industry and what it had done prior to this. Really telling. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Here's the S&P 500 in the form of the SPY. SPY is a symbol. You can pull this chart up anywhere you want. You guys have seen this now already. I told you that. Here's today's action, Tuesday's action, and Tuesday the 14th. We trade higher again today. I told you that this is a market that's in a confirmed uptrend, no doubt about it. Right there it is. Now still trading under heavy resistance. I also told you that it could probably hit a ceiling here, and sure enough, did. Went right to that ceiling there, and basically hit its head, and now it's sitting there. Now what's really exciting, again, I also spoke about this 50-day moving average coming down here, and it just so happens to be touching this. I mean, if this thing gets up above this resistance here, it's just going to be a whole nother leg up. Again, this market still has to retrace a little bit, I think. So, it's hit resistance here. Like to see what happens here the rest of the week. Do we trade sideways here? Do we come down? That'll be totally fine because we have support levels now, right? Support levels here. Support levels here. Okay, we got support levels all over the place right here. So all these relative price lines here that I drew, these red lines, are going to come into play as this thing starts to trend down a little bit. It's going to cause, there are some buyers here now, and the market can see some support there for the S&P 500, the SPY. So that's pretty much it on the market. Let me zoom back out here. All right, that's what we got going on, guys. I mean, still holding on to my 25% stock position, and until things change, I'm looking to add on as this market keeps confirming itself to me. And certainly it's the beginning stages of that. Does it happen? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But certainly good things from the market. And we'll have to just, again, see how it unfolds. So let's go ahead and move into these home builders. I mean, it's just amazing to me what was going on before late February when all of this correction that had to happen, mind you, but it got into an overdrive with this virus, which took it to another level. As you can see, when I say that had to happen, here's the 200-day moving average. Look how far extended this price was. And you'll hear me say this many times over. Price has to come back to the mean, has to come back to the average, right? Either here, it failed, okay, fine, and then here. But by this juncture, February 25th, we're starting to get news already of this virus stepping in and rearing its ugly head. So, and then, it was like sayonara from there. It got into overdrive here. And in my humble opinion, I think it's unwarranted, but who cares about my opinion? It just is what it is, right? Price first. Price first. I'm going to drill that into you guys as much as I can. The market does not care about my opinion or yours. It's just going to give us data, and we have to come up with what is the probable move from where you're at, and that's how you manage risk. So let's go ahead and look at these home builders. I'm going to go through a gamut of different names that are what I feel are leaders in the industry. I'm going to start off with LGI Homes. Here's LGI Homes. This builders, they build like entry-level housing. Got a lot of different markets. They got some markets in Florida as well. They got good earnings per share numbers, quarter over quarter, year over year. Same can be said about their sales growth. It's not bad. So when we zoom out, I mean, you can see this just solid trend line slowly inching upward, and this is, and here we go. And it's just, man, it was just, things are starting to get legs here. Look at here. This is the month of February. I mean, it's just amazing to me, And when I say corrections, when, you just saw a chart of the S&P, of the SPY, and it looks pretty much the same, right? You see it getting away from the averages, and it started to correct. And this is February 24th, and then all of a sudden, the virus comes in and does this to it. So, I mean, it's just a real unfair thing here. And a lot of the charts out there look like this. But I wanted to show you here. Let's go look at another one here. Here's D.R. Horton, right? Same thing. Look at this. Just growth all the way around. Zoom out a little bit. So here is a weekly chart, each bar representing a week, right? So I mean, you were trading in the beginning of 2019 at $36. This thing was up over 100%. Well, no, it's $60. So 36.60. Who's counting, right? Hello. So I mean, things are happening. Things were happening here, and a lot of these things are still in place. And what I'm hearing on the street is the home builders are pretty much on a halt right now. Not all of them, I mean, but they're slowing down some. But I mean, there's still everything is in place for this to come back. All right. So I mean, just look at that growth. I mean, you're talking again $36 to a high of 62, right? Nearly 100% return in 1 year. It's incredible. Let's look at another one. Here's Lennar Homes, right? Look at this thing. Unbelievable. Right? $41 to, what was the high here? The high here was $71. I mean, figure out that percentage move. Right? So things are in place. Not as good as earnings per share rating, but still, I mean, the sales are there, right? Sales growth. You know how much I value sales. I mean, if you're not selling, you're just basically going to be treading water for a while. So sales growth is there. Let's look at another one. And when I tell you these things move in unison, there you have it. I just show you three stock charts, right? I mean, 3 different companies from 3 different places, 3 different business models. It does not matter. Because yes, 3 or 4 stocks are moving the general direction of the market. And in this case, when I say the market, I'm looking at the actual group, the home builders group. It's just incredible to me. Let's look at another one. Yeah, let's look at MVR. Here's MVR. Holy gravy! You're talking $2,300 a share, right? $2,400. Who's counting? $2,397. Let's say $2,400. The high was $4,071, guys. I mean, you got to see this. This is everything is in place for this thing to just get crazy again. Look at it separate itself from the averages. I mean, look at all this space here, and it started to correct, and then again, same thing, just took over, right? Let's look at another one. Let's look at Meritage Homes. Here's Meritage Homes. 2019, $38. At the high was 76. Right? 100%. 100% returns on a stock in 1 year. That's no small cheese, people. That is no small cheese. So everything is in place. All of the things that made this move and all of these stocks, they haven't gone away. There's still a backdrop there. Worries me a little bit on the material side, and that's why this country now is making a shift to start building these materials here. Now that doesn't happen overnight, but certainly, as these materials start to get built here, creating more jobs, right? Most of these materials in these houses are not built in the United States of America. So there's that transition, right? There's delays. I've heard a lot from a lot of the home builders, some delay, not all of them, but some delay, because they're all working with the same pie. There's some delay in material. Well, a lot of these materials are made overseas. They're not made here. So, as this country tries to starts to make the shift over to building things here and creating these materials here, man, this growth here, this is going to be nothing. I mean, because, as they start to build here, it just feeds the economy, feeds on itself, where more people like you and I, they have more jobs, they're making more money, they're buying more houses. It's a mad circle. And that's the way that works. So there it is. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, guys. 100% returns on the average from most of these home builders in year 2019. I mean, need you see anything else? I mean, and prior to this, this is just shenanigans here. This is just you cannot prepare for what we've been through in the last month. You just can't. Economically, at least, you cannot. I mean, it's just a major disruption at so many levels. And when you're talking about construction, again, I just mentioned materials. I mean, the disruption in material, for instance, a lot of the tile that you see in most of the new homes right here, right now, they're made in Mexico, but most of them are made in China. I mean, a lot of them are made in China. I went to the Gatherings Conference here last year in the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando. I went to the last one, and I dare say 3/4 of the companies there were Chinese. At least the mainstream stuff. Yeah, you have the premium housing stuff. When you have tile from Turkey, Italy, more of the premium things that are going in $4 million, $5 million homes. But I mean, these Trek homes, what they call Trek homes that you see in urban areas. I mean, they're most of that tile comes from China and from Mexico. So as this whole production, this whole manufacturing industry of material starts to shift over to the U.S., man, this is only going to get better. I don't even know how it can get better. I mean, 100% returns. I mean, but there you go. I just wanted to share that with you. The state of the home builder, it's a darn shame. This is just this last month. It's really, really hurt a lot of things. But, you heard me say before in recent videos that everything that's in place, that was in place before this nonsense right here, I like to believe that it's still in place today. No policy change, no trade deal change. There's none of that. I mean, it's just still the same thing. And again, as we start to build material here more and more, it's only going to help these home builders for sure. Anyways, again, thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to click subscribe on the subscribe button of the YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. And also appreciate you guys sharing this material. Share it with your friends. Go on Stock Market Plan, 3 letters on Facebook. Become a fan. A lot of the stuff that, I'm on Twitter also under the same name. Sometimes I do things intraday and that, that are noteworthy and good to know. So again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.